only when he's talking to Georgian, and if he asks the question in Georgian, only then he answers in Georgian. Most of them are Indians. Secondly, there are Bangladesh students. Also, there are GCC country students. Many people. You have to be prepared. It's not like you just went abroad and you can be neglected.
Did this ever happen to you? You in your class where your faculty is explaining in English and all of a sudden they start speaking in Georgian language. Did this ever happen?
There used to be one or two Georgian students. So when the teacher is referring to English to us Indian students, so he talks in Indian, English. And only when he's talking to Georgian, and if he asks the question in Georgian, only then he answers in Georgian. Otherwise, something is there to tell the whole class, he tells in English itself.
So this is one of the very important point which I would personally want all the audience who's watching this video to know, that people think that international students classes are different and local student classes are different. But if there is a local student from that country who wants to study medicine in English language, then they are merged with international students. So you have Georgian students in your class because they have opted for MBBS course in Georgian language. In English language, not Georgian. So if at all it's a Georgian language, then the batch is entirely different. Okay, from how many countries do you have students in? I wouldn't say in your batch, because obviously your batch is a smaller one, but then you have a lot of students there. So how many country students do we have in this university?
So firstly, most of them are Indians. Secondly, there are Bangladesh students. Also, there are GCC country students, many people. So Oman and UAE, Dubai.
Pakistani students.
Yeah, they're also there.
Okay. Do we have any British students?
British, I think they are in other batch, so I'm not very sure of that.
Okay. And how is the teaching style of the professors there? Or the faculties, how do they teach you? Are they just reading out everything that you see in the textbook or in the PPT, or are they actually making you understand? Do they ask questions to the students? Do they ask questions to all of you? And are they strict in the classroom? How is it?
So the teaching style varies from teacher to teacher and the importance of the subject. So if it's like something like anatomy, we had skeleton also, and there he explained in detail, and we have a screen also in which he can explain in detail. So it depends on the teacher exactly, and this teaching style. And there were times when there used to be surprise tests and stuff. So you have to be prepared. It's not like you just went abroad and you can be neglected. So you have to be prepared and you should keep learning, and then only it will be easy for you.
So whenever we talk about the academics, this one topic often comes up, that is cadavers. So you don't have cadavers in Georgia, so they actually don't use the real bodies for any sort of studies. So since you don't have cadavers in Georgia, and cadavers are mainly used for your preclinical subjects, right? Did you face any difficulty? Because in India, people think that if there's no cadaver, you cannot study, or you'll not understand anything about medicine or even, let's say, anatomy. So did you face this problem? Was it challenging for you to learn anatomy without cadaver?
It was not hard actually. You can still learn, and it's still the same thing. And also, if you want that cadaver knowledge and you wanna experience it real time, there are external courses also, which I don't think many people know. They happen in other universities, or they have campaigns. They bring out things. They explain how to stitch and everything. So you can join the course anytime, and it's still the same experience. So. It depends how you're going to study.
Do you think it is a major challenge for any student, or it's a difficulty in understanding a subject without cadavers? Because what Georgia has is they have a very advanced technology with 3D anatomy table, right?
Yeah.
So is that 3D anatomy table helpful for students to understand the subject, or you need only cadavers?
See, for understanding the subject, it's not like you have to see the things only there. You can still learn in we have 3D anatomy table and also the skeleton, and it's not very hard to understand just by looking at it or studying the subject or reading textbooks. So it's not very hard, I can say.
So if no cadavers, it's not a major problem. You
Yeah.
can definitely become a doctor. And obviously, there are so many Indian students in Georgia who are going for their medical course, despite the fact that cadaver is not available there. And cadavers you don't need for your clinical subjects, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
do you want it for like, obviously, right? You need it only when you're in first and second year.
First and second.
So do you have cadaver? Do you have anatomy right now? Like, are you still studying the subject?
Yeah, I still have anatomy, and I'll be going to clinical classes also. Like I'll be going to clinics, and there they will explain in real time. So that happens.
Okay, so since you are just entering third year, it would be way too soon to ask you about the clinical exposures that you get. But however, you do have your seniors, right? So do you have any idea about the clinical exposure?
Yeah, they do tell me like they have to go to multiple clinics, and there then the like professor teaches them in the clinic, and that helps you get more exposed to the subject and also real time knowledge also.
Can you just explain me your student life in your university? Like, are you enjoying it or is it boring? And how do you manage your studies and everything?
So it is. I am actually enjoying. So it's fun because you like first time you come, you start making friends and you start hanging out and studying with them or having fun with them, and also attending classes together. So mainly I would say it's fun because of friends, and also it's not very hard to pass the exams. So it's not like you have to keep studying 24 hours 7 also. So you get time and freedom for doing other activities and interacting with others. So that helps you keep like a balance in life.
You do part-time jobs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're doing a part-time job, how are you balancing your studies plus job?
So I used to do night shift. So like night time I used to work, and it used to be only 3 or 4 days. So and morning time whenever I have class I used to go and attend. And also quizzes are important. It's not like you can just miss it, and it matters a lot. And yeah, if once you learn to balance things, and I think you can balance it, because there are people who tried part-time job and it's difficult for them to manage. They find it hectic. So even for me it was hectic for a while, and later once I got adjusted, then I started managing both.
Even like in India, we have a fixed schedule when you go to class from 9 to 12, 9 to 4. Is it the same?
It depends from university to university actually, because I've heard like different universities have like a fixed course, like from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. like that. But in our university, it's like very variable time. So we have only 2 or 3 classes a day, or sometimes one, and we get 2 days leave in a week. So it's not hectic for us. So we can easily manage the time.
What do you think is more good, having a fixed schedule like 9 to 5 or 9 to 4, or flexible classes?
Flexible classes is very good, because you get more free time and you wake up knowing that you don't have classes. Like 6 p.m. you have class, then only that class you have. It's not like if you're attending continuous classes every day, same thing, you get stressed out in life. You won't have anything else to do.
Did you go through any stress in academics in your last 2 years?
No, I didn't have any stress, luckily.
Yet to begin, because your clinicals will start now. So everything was very smooth from your first year. Okay, when you go back and look at your first 6 months of your journey as a student in Caucasus University or in Georgia, what do you think that you have become now? Like, do you see any major changes in yourself?
Yeah, I do see some major changes. Before, like first 6 months, I was very introverted, and I used to not talk much. But now it's like I talk to everyone I get, and I try to interact more, because I realized it's not just about being alone or not talking to anyone. So I just started talking to everyone. So I think that is a major change of mine. And also, becoming independent and taking right decisions. So all that I think is I learned.
In India, there's a very general perspective that generally everyone has, and that's that when student goes abroad, they actually get diverted a lot. Okay, since a new country, new vibe, away from parents, they'll not focus on studies, and medicine is not easy. So do you really feel that okay, it's difficult to balance or keep yourself in any sort of limits, or is it easy to get diverted there?
If you talk about that, then like there are Indian students also who live with parents and are in home and still distracted. So
Very true.
that is one point. And once you go abroad, it depends on the student's mind and how he thinks, right? You can't blame the whole like foreign students just because of one person's activity.
That's very true. I mean, I'm totally with you on this, because there are many students in India, despite being with the family, being with the parents, even they miss out on their paths. Okay, just because a student, a kid is away from the parent doesn't mean that they are not focused. Because obviously, I myself have seen so many students who are actually struggling from day one and making sure that they don't fail any subject and they graduate as a very good doctor. Not just that, coming back to India, they'll also give the licensing exam, and many of them have cleared in one attempt. Now that we're talking about the licensing exam, I'm sure you also know that you have to, face this exam once you graduate, and you also know that overall the pass percentage of FMG is not very high. Does it scare you?
See, not really, because you have ample amount of time. Right now I'm in third year and I can start my preparation now. There is nothing stopping me, and also I have ample amount of time, I can say, because university classes are not hectic and there are enough resources also. Online, if I go, I can take classes, or there is also a rise which is going on offline classes, offline coaching for FMG. So if you have resources and time, and there's nothing that can stop, I think. And the earlier you start, it's better for you.
Yeah, the sooner the better, because maximum what happens is, if you are keeping your this exam preparation towards the end of your 5th year, and if you think that when 6th year you will start everything, then obviously that becomes very hectic. So you'll not be able to concentrate on this exam. So if you are very focused and if you have to make sure that you pass in one attempt, then early preparation is very important. And I think this is the right time for you also to start, because you're in 3rd year and your clinical subjects will start now. So I generally say to all the students that first 2 years it's okay. You can relax, you can see the country, but still make sure you concentrate on the studies. And from 3rd year, be very focused, concentrate very well, and start your preparation. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, she is right actually, but it's not like I mean, you get the most amount of freedom in the first 2 years, but at the same time you should pass all the subjects, and you should not neglect anything. So if at all you mess up something, then of course it will be trouble for you itself.
Do you have scores for your attendance also?
Yeah, that depends on the teacher. Some teachers, like if you are present in the class and even though you don't answer well, they give you marks. And some teacher, if only you come and like answer, then only they'll give marks. And some teachers, it doesn't matter attendance, you should just attend the quizzes.
So that's interesting. Where you can be a pet student even abroad. Right? Okay, is there anything that you feel that any student who's planning to take admission in Georgia, or let's say in Caucasus University, they should know about this thing? Okay, is there anything as such that you want to share?